In the final days of World War II, as Nazi Germany stood on the edge of collapse, a tragedy unfolded so quietly that history almost erased it. Not in a battlefield, not in a concentration camp, but on a ship drifting in the cold waters of the Baltic Sea. Its name was SS Cap Arcona. Once it was a symbol of luxury. Built in the 1920s, the Cap Arcona carried wealthy passengers across oceans, music in its halls, champagne on its decks, laughter echoing through its corridors. But by 1945, that same ship had been transformed into something unrecognizable, a floating prison, a floating grave. As Allied forces advanced and Nazi camps were being evacuated, thousands of prisoners from Neuengamme concentration camp were forced onto ships anchored in Lübeck Bay. They were weak, starving, and barely alive. Many believed they were being transported to safety. Others sensed that something was wrong, but had no strength left to resist. More than 7,000 prisoners were packed into the SS Cap Arcona and nearby vessels. They were locked inside dark cargo holds with almost no air, no food, and no water. The smell of death filled the space long before the ship ever caught fire. Every hour, bodies collapsed onto the steel floor. There was no medical help, no mercy, only waiting. Even today, historians still debate why the Nazis placed prisoners on these ships. Some believe the SS planned to sink them deliberately, destroying evidence of the camps. Others think the prisoners were simply abandoned, left to die slowly at sea as Germany fell apart. Then came May 3, 1945. High above the bay, British Royal Air Force planes appeared in the sky. Allied intelligence warned that senior Nazi officials might attempt escape by sea. The ships in Lübeck Bay were marked as enemy targets. From the air, the SS Cap Arcona looked like a military transport. The pilots never knew the truth. Rockets were fired. Bombs fell. The ship was hit again and again. Flames raced across the decks, turning steel into an inferno. Inside the holds, prisoners screamed as fire and smoke rushed in. Locked doors trapped thousands with nowhere to run. Some prisoners managed to escape onto the deck. Others jumped into the freezing Baltic Sea, their bodies already too weak to swim. Many were shot by German guards as they tried to flee. Others drowned within minutes, dragged under by cold and exhaustion. The sea itself became a weapon. By the time the attack ended, the SS Cap Arcona was burning uncontrollably. Survivors who reached the shore expected freedom. Instead, some were mistaken for escaping Nazis and executed by German troops stationed nearby. When the smoke finally cleared, over 7,000 people were dead. More than the Titanic, more than many famous wartime disasters combined, and yet the world barely spoke of it. In the months and years after the war, bodies continued to wash ashore. Villagers were ordered to collect the remains and bury them in mass graves along the coast. Many bodies were never identified. Names were lost, faces forgotten. The tragedy was quietly ignored during the Nuremberg trials. No Allied pilot was ever charged. Survivors were discouraged from speaking. The story did not fit the narrative of liberation and victory. So it faded into silence.
Today, the wreck of the SS Cap Arcona still rests beneath the Baltic